This does look Earth-like. And look at this massive Pangea-like continent. Look at this. Hello everyone, Franks is here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky episode 242. So we're in slightly non-standard conditions, and for the next few weeks our audio might sound a little different. I assure you this is going to get resolved in short order, but for the meantime we've got to work with what we have. So we have a barren planet. And over here, we're looking at a calcified planet. I think that's one of the ones with a lot of bones. Here at this planet, we're looking at a wind-swept planet with activated copper. Over here, we have a temperate planet. This temperate planet, it's in the shadows. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it was Earth-like. Let's get to where we're on the sunlight side of this planet and just assess what we're dealing with. So in the last episode, we put an incredible pace towards the center of the planet, or the center of the galaxy, pardon me. Gaining about 40,000 light years closer. We're still 600,000 to go. But I don't think we're going to continue doing that right away. Oh, this does look Earth-like. And look at this massive Pangea-like continent. Look at this. These little lakes. But I mean, other than that, Orange Nebula at night would probably look a little bizarre. Let's see if we can get ourselves a nice photo. I don't know if we're going to use that photo. I've got a feeling that this planet's going to be fairly neat to look at on the surface once we get down to it. So let's go ahead and punch through the atmosphere. Let's get down here and see what we're dealing with. Not seeing too much water. It looked like the terrain was dotted with lakes. A couple, okay. I'm not really getting much of that from here, though. I'm kind of debating whether or not I want to head over to the coast, but I think we'll just see what this area looks like. Okay, so there are little valleys. Okay, so we have sort of a peach sky and these peach trees. I don't know if I would call that extremely Earth-like. Terrain is relatively flat. I don't really see any mountains. Scratch that. Okay, terrain is varied, but not extreme. It sort of just rolls. Look at this. Interesting. I think we're going to settle down here and just see what's going on. Everything has this odd red hue to it. So there's your green grass and blue water. But once you add the rings and the red skies, well, you sort of lose that Earth-like feel we were going for, don't you? All right, let's do it. Let's get a good one here. Get our ship. We'll get us. I'd like to get that planet as well. It's a little far back. That's not a good view, but if you go over here, the sky's almost too bright because of the star. There you go. Mm-hmm. I just sort of hopped onto this planet because it was green grass and blue water. I hadn't necessarily made up my mind if I was going to go to a planet in this system. Although I didn't necessarily want to just do more jumps through the black holes and then... Oh, look at this. Get some pulpy roots and some impulse beams and a nice little cluster. Let's just take a peek at some of these other agricultural spots and see if they are also in clusters. No, this one appears to just be one set of impulse beans by itself. I was going to say, this... I was hoping to have a really neat place to harvest some plants for a bit. Alright, so we'll get this dihydrogen going. With the red skies, I mean, it's not like I have an issue with this planet, but I don't necessarily feel like it's so Earth-like that it warrants a mandatory base. I mean, it's a pretty neat sky, except it's not sunset. It's like, yeah, it's just that red. It's actually noon. The trees are a neat color. I could get behind red trees because it's ball-like. Let's see what the blue water is like. So there's an extensive sort of underwater section on this world. Oh, look, traditional looking fish. Oh my. Pressure sensitive. But look, it's like a cave. So this section has got cave-like areas and water together, but it's not just an underwater cave or a cave devoid of water. I think this theme probably recurs on this planet, where these caves come underwater, or come under sea level, and so you sort of get half and half. You get a little bit of the terrestrial cave and a little bit of the underwater cave. See, this seems really cool. Might be rethinking a base here. I don't know. I mean, you're not going to get a vista. You're not going to get any kind of a view down here. This is kind of interesting in and of its own right. And then, of course, you have these other cave networks up here. Is this just a dead end? No, this goes on for a bit. These neat little red and blues. Oh, and look, and it goes over here, and now there's more. Yeah, we're just gonna bounce right over that toxic plant. Comes over here, and now we're in the underwater cave section. Oh no, it's more of the same. It's a cave half. It's an underground lake. What? It is. It's a giant underground lake. Huh. Well, the thing is, even if I put a base down here for the fun of it, because it looks nice, I don't know what we would harvest. Let's just take a peek. It says there's a deep level mineral spot, 100 units that way. And that's that. I don't think you can... Oh my goodness, you can. This keeps going. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's take a peek at where this mineral hotspot is. Okay, now it looks like they want us to drill through the wall here. No, it says we're kind of going the right way. Okay, well, let's keep going. No, this is fully underwater at this point. Is it not? No, it's not. Gosh, my mouth. Wow, so there's just this incredibly intricate cave and waterway tunnel here. And then this looks like it's going to be some sort of exit or tunnel. It's a tremendous cave system on this planet. Okay, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Oh, does this dead end? Oh, it does. We could dig about 45 units that way. The thing about hotspots is that they generate as much above ground and below ground. Let's make ourselves a little tunnel here. Ooh, oh my. Was that? I thought I heard something. No, there's little bits of grass and moss and stuff down here, but no, we're turning this way. Alright, now we're analyzing the hotspot. Let's see what we get. Paraffinium. Yeah, I mean, it's not the greatest. Let's see, if we dig down... Might we get... We'll eventually get to water eventually. I don't know. I'm not necessarily leaning one way hard or the other. Definitely see some merits for each. No, I do think this is a silhouetted photograph here. I like the sun rays. I feel like we should be, yeah. Okay, well, there's no cost really to setting up a base except for the materials, obviously, but we sort of have a lot of materials. I'd like to believe that one day I'll come back to this system and want to build this base. But I'm not going to. I think in the end, the deciding factor for me is that, you know, it's close, but it's not quite. I can get on board with the red sky, maybe. If the cave section, I don't know. I can't explain it beyond the fact that it just is not speaking to me. And there's not much more other than that. We just gotta let it go. And maybe move along. It's not exactly a high wealth system. We've got superheated rainstorms. Superheated drizzle is the reported weather for this area. Green grass and blue water. It's tough to get all the details just right. But with trillions and trillions and trillions of planets out there, it's hard to find a reason to settle. It really is. If a system or a planet just isn't perfect, I'm like, well, let's go see what the next one looks like. Plus, I'm a traveler at heart. I yearn for the exploration. Now, what I think we will do before we leave is we'll just sort of sail along this area and look for more, yeah. So the underwater caves on this planet are not a rarity. Or perhaps they are and we just got lucky. A little run in the river area there. Look how these clouds look like mountains in the horizon. Alright, we're going to punch out of the atmosphere really quick. And I would like to hit an area over by the ocean. Which I think... Oh, look at all these asteroids. I believe this is ocean here, yep. Just because I'm curious how frequently the land masses on the islands show up. Still in the middle of a superheated rainstorm. Oh, here we go. Oh, these are rather large islands. Beach islands as well. Bunch of sand. I say there's all kinds of islands, but really there's just this little cluster here, and then there's not any more for a ways. Alright, let's go ahead and break out the Nautilon, and let's just do a planetary sweep. No, we're not going to read about that bird. Let's see. So this system is destitute economy. Oh my. Well, that's not going to... it's not going to do us any favors. I don't even know if it's worth scanning for shipwrecks in a destitute system. We're likely just going to get very low value ships. Yeah. I think that's... well, no. We're going to hop in the water just to get a feel for it. Look at that sky, though. It's a red sky with an orange-red nighttime sky. Water's fairly shallow anyways. Not likely to harbor a ton of wrecks. There's not very extreme terrain variation on this planet, so that's sort of to be expected. Okay. So we've seen the tropical planet of this system. Maybe it's time to travel on. We just can't stop at every planet. We're going to continue to make headway to Isentam. This system has a star located in it. Oh, there is a black hole in this system. Criminal rating, mostly harmless. Yeah, we don't care about that. Okay, well, since we ended on a system with a black hole, we sort of have to take it. This calcified planet, though, I do think we're going to go visit there, because one of the things that I want to do moving forward is establish a little outpost on each of these anomaly planets so that I can come back, maybe off camera, and spend some time gathering decorations. The thought of spending an episode or two on one of these planets looking for base decorations is not something that I think we're going to put in the series, but I would like the option to do it off camera when I have the opportunity. So let's swing down here and see what a calcified planet looks like. Take the night side so we get the red-orange nebula. Pulled up a little bit. So the sun's there, so we're actually getting sunset or sunrise. Now let's swing back by over this way. So the calcified planet is okay, one of these. Calcified, ossified. You know what? If we put our base in this on this planet, just for gathering decorations, then we have effectively recorded this system for future use. So that way, if we get traveler's remorse and we decide, you know, it really would have been nice to settle on that underground lake because we just haven't seen anything like it since, we'll be able to, because we're already right here in the system. Probably the most frustrating part is that they don't illuminate these anomalies at a distance. You sort of just have to know what they are. So we'll scan a couple. Magnetized ferrite deposit. That's interesting. Boy, wouldn't that be neat if we could get like a magnetized ferrite deposit, or... oh gosh. I wonder what sort of gas clouds they have on this planet. It says we're right next to one too. Alright, well, we're going to check it out. There you go. Dialing in. Let's see what we got. We passed it a little bit. It's right over here, and it's coming out of this. It's coming out of this cave. No, it's right before the cave. Hold on. There we go. I'm guessing nitrogen. Oxygen. Oh, right. So that's not what I was thinking of, although it is not the worst thing in the world. Let's see if there's a picture we can get with these bone structures. And ooh, look at that! I like that picture. I still think that landscape pictures should have our body in it, though. Traveler body. It's just hard to do unless you're on top of a hill. Yeah, okay. We just get the landscape for this one. Alright. That being said, we're going to go ahead and drop down our base computer here. And now we have this anomaly planet set up. So we'll claim this base. And then I think what we will call it... nothing witty. I want to make sure we can identify this place later. So how about the Exton Leld outpost? Nope. About Bone Star outpost. I think that'll do it. I should know what that is. Alright, let's get off of this anomaly planet. And we'll find the wormhole for this system. Yeah, I'm aware of the threat detected. I just don't care. Boom, there it is. It's our ticket out of here. Let's do this. A little off center. Let's get on alignment. No regrets. A lime green nebula, if you please. Oh, look at that blue planet. 5 planets, Viking, researched, balanced economy. Let's check our overall distance. That was a pretty good jump, so we're 587,000 light years from the center now. Not so bad. What sort of planets are these? I don't necessarily see any water, so... Interesting color nebula, though. Caustic planet. Not a fan. This planet is like all ocean. What is this? A Himal planet with aggressive sentinels. Nope. Over here, we have a glacial planet. Okay, so that's 2 different... What is this in front of me? Oh, it's just a ship. Traveling. Fair enough. Over here we have... punched off the scanner a little too soon. Scanner says a life incompatible planet. Okay, a little barren moon-like planet with this lime green nebula. Electric green almost. And another toxic planet. Two ice planets, 2 noxious planets, and a barren one. Okay, well, let's blast through this lime green nebula here, and oh my goodness, though. That's actually sort of a neat picture. All of these, yeah, the sun cresting through the asteroids and all these different little crystals. I like that. I think that's pretty neat. Oh, wait, nope. Don't get out of alignment. Although that's cool too. Alright, I think that's good. Let's go ahead and get to the space station. We'll see what sort of upgrades they have. I think if they have it, we'll go ahead and grab one more hyperdrive upgrade. It's not the end of the world if they don't, though. So we can't, with our current hyperdrive capability, our warp drive, we cannot go to the furthest black holes from where we land, but we can jump the one without going backwards and without having to call in our freighter, and that was the idea all along. All right, I'm not going to look at the pistol you have. I'm sorry. So what sort of starship technology we've got here at this system: a cyclotron module, a shield module, a cannon module. Not any of the things that I require. Let's take a look at the freighter, because I know we were stacking up. Yes, we've got infraknives. 1, 2, 3 infraknives. Pulse engine, pulse engine, pulse engine, cyclotron, 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 and a shield, and a shield. So let's talk about organization here just a little bit, shall we? Let's try to get our ducks in a row, maybe. Right, and then infraknife, and then cyclotron. Yeah, okay, so I think what we'll do is we'll buy the shield. Shield modules, it's hard to not justify buying an S-class Starship shield module. And then we'll just send it to the freighter. Alright, so that's all they have here. A couple of weird ships come into park. Let's see what the guild quest board is giving us. Mission Agent 5. We'll browse missions. Scan 5 creatures. I think we can handle that. Hunt Pirates, no. Ancient artifact, feed 6 creatures. I'm sure we'll do that at some point. Alright, that's good. Now I think what we'll do is we'll see if they're selling any dihydrogen jelly here for processing into dihydrogen. Nope, not a chance. I am going to buy all of this goop, though. Because now we have a personal refiner. And the goop stacks to so much, it stacks so high. Oh my gosh, we really have over a stack of carbon? I reject these terms. Alright, let's get our goop processing. Our residual goop. Pretty gross stuff. And bingo. Make ourselves 2,000 viscous fluids, and at this point, oh, that's kind of a neat looking fighter. Oops, totally missed that. Alright, the end of sleep. So we're going to check out one planet. It's got to be this icy, cold, watery planet, right? It's got activated copper, so incredibly extreme weather, but then it's also got aggressive sentinels. Oh, did we really just run out of fuel on our pulse engine? Frank says you should be paying better attention than that. Come on. Unsatisfied. Let's see here. I'm just going to set it back to this one, but what I want to see more than anything is I don't remember it's a balanced economy. Okay, well maybe we need to do another sweep. Probably for a crashed freighter. We'll see if we can find a crashed freighter. And then see if we can get a frigate upgrade module out of it. Well, looking at the time, I have a secondary idea. Let's call our capital ship in. And I think what we'll do instead is we'll go ahead and welcome our expeditions back and send out the next batch. We'll look at the planet later. I do want to make more progress towards the galactic center, but I also want to keep searching for frigate upgrade modules so that eventually our freighter is able to go to the odd-colored stars without incident. Okay, well enough. Let's go ahead and... No. I'm getting distracted. I'm thinking about too many things at once, because what I also want to do is move all of this freighter inventory to storage. However, I want to put it in a specific storage box. So we kind of have to do this storage like this. First, rather, is what I'm getting at. Because we're going to need all that room in our freighter for all of the things we're going to get off these expeditions. And I think we'll go ahead and put them in number 6, which will be modules for dummies. Oh, not allowed to say dummies. Well, it's a play on the book. Okay. Modules for starships. Not nearly as catchy, but it's not going to offend anyone, so. Alright, and we'll take the last 3 cycles out here. Look at all this craziness, though. We don't have... Oh, we're not going to be launching anything. We don't have nearly enough dihydrogen for an expedition. Whoops. No, so what I'm going to have to do... that's fine. That's fine. That's an easy fix. So we'll put our inventory away. You see, the big rocks go here, right? Lemium, Herox. And then meaty chunks go in the paleo container. And the impulse beans and the pulpy roots go in the vegan container. And we're done. Now, let's get... Think about this. So what we're going to have to do is, let's go ahead and welcome the crews back. We'll get that inventory ready for processing, and then what we're going to do is, I'm going to spend some time in between episodes converting dihydrogen to dihydrogen jelly and back again to generate more dihydrogen. Only because there's not really any to buy. So what did we get? Units, Korvax casing, some fusion accelerant, and more units. Very good. Very good. Oh no, we had 2 damaged ships on this one. Yikes. That's not good at all. Neural duct, some units, lemium, more units, semiconductor, a couple extra resources, a lot of indium. Damaged ship, another damaged ship, and then some units. That was a difficulty 1 mission. It must have just been because the ships themselves didn't have the stat required by the mission. Just a 1-star difficulty, though. Units, Gek Relic, Pearl, Dagger, more units, Carbon Crystal, Nitrogen Salt, Ferrite, Grantine, Cadmium. A lot of this stuff is just going to get sold. Let's see if it's giving us anything. Oh, we got the Lost Iron Brush bulbs. Beautiful in bloom. This ancient plant was traditionally used to convey a message of love and admiration. Sure. Still have room in the inventory. I love it. More activated cadmium, dirty bronze, lots of activated cadmium, and some activated emerald. That's what you get for an industrial mission. Now our inventory is going to be full. Indeed it is. Alright, well let's sell the things we know we're going to sell straight from the freighter. Things like the pearls and the Korvax casings. Sure. Are we really holding on to an oxygen filter for purposes unknown? Neural ducts. Relatticed arc crystal. Yep. Get rid of these reputation items. I think we're just going to sell all this activated cadmium and the activated emerald. Pretty much activated metals are just going to be money now. Alright, now we should have plenty of room. Whoa, we still don't. Okay, well that's fine. Instead, what we'll do is we'll start taking some of this into our inventory space. Probably should just take the things that don't really stack. Now, if that's not enough inventory space, then we had a good haul. There we go. Tetra Cobalt, Relatticed Arc Crystal, some copper units. More arc crystal, more units. This should be a good one right here. Log entry 1817. Salvage team deployed to freighter crash site. Life signs detected. Crew discovered cargo hold full of caged animals. Active monitoring equipment noted. Crew opened all cages and salvaged the equipment. Interesting. Activated indium. That's a little bit of a payday. A lot of spare resources I don't think we need. Geodesite we'll go ahead and hold on to. A lot of units. 3-star difficulty, 4,734 light years, and it was industrial. Okay, well, ooh, we got the beautiful basalt mirror. Buried alongside its schematic, this remarkable tool was perhaps an original prototype. More than just an object, this find represents the inventive drive in a raw and early form. Okay, well, I would like to go ahead and sell these items first. Items like the lost iron brush bulbs, and then also the other one. Beautiful basalt mirror. Getting our units back from spending them a little bit upgrading the exotic ship we're taking through all these wormholes. And I think at this point, I'm ready to go ahead and organize the rest of the inventory out and figure out what we're going to keep and what we're going to get rid of. I am not going to do that on camera because that is the least fun part of the game, or maybe not. Maybe, I don't know, I've read in the comments some people really enjoy watching inventory management. I just don't want to eat up my time with it. So I'm going to sort the rest of this inventory off camera in our storage bay, and then we'll probably get to producing some dihydrogen, and we'll see what we do in the next episode. But until then, take care.